If you are high and dry this afternoon, consider yourself among the lucky.
Back in 1949, though, on this same date, more than 10 inches of rain fell on Fort Worth, causing the most destructive flood ever in the city of Fort Worth. Most old-timers remember the flood of '49 when the water reached the second floor of the Montgomery Ward building west of the Trinity. Officials say the Trinity River flooded so much and so high that the overflow washed into the city's water supply. Levees broke, leaving more than 13,000 homeless in the Fort Worth area. That flood was also the second worst on record for Dallas.
We're going to have more on that on our news at...
Here's the rainfall. This was a heavy part of the rain. See, down here at the south, and of course, that's where we're seeing most of the flooding and the really serious conditions. Here's the analysis at 5 o'clock. We're still in a tornado watch area.
The storm then headed for Dallas-Fort Worth. As much as 13 inches of rain fell. Police and firemen rescued dozens of people stranded in trees, on rooftops, anywhere they could find something to hang on to. Deluge Creek in Arlington, Texas was a torrent. No one was in this struggle. In the last 2 days, 19 tornadoes have hit Texas. The bad weather isn't over yet. Roger O'Neill, NBC News.
5 reporting the progress of the rising waters of Lake Arlington.
And let's check in with Mike once again for the latest on the evacuation of residents in the South Arlington area. Mike, what can you tell us?
Well, right now, Alice, we're hovering on the northeast corner of Lake Arlington, just off of the dam. As you can see, we're looking straight down Highway 303. For the first time in history, water from Lake Arlington has now covered Highway 303. Highway 303 is closed east and westbound from Handley on the west to Park Springs on the east. Green Oaks is now closed along the eastern shores of Lake Arlington, all the way from 303 on the north to Arkansas on the south. And as you can see, as Lyle Davis, our photographer, will pan just to the south, you will see water for the first time in history going over the emergency spillway at the northeast corner of the Lake Arlington Dam. Never before in history has the water been this high at Lake Arlington. At 12:30 this afternoon, it was 560 feet. That's high enough to start pushing water over that spillway, and it is now expected to crest at 4 feet over the spillway. That's 564 feet. The water is supposed to crest. All of that water is going into Village Creek and Brad Nallis. Village Creek, of course, flows north directly into Interlochen on its way to the Trinity. And as you have seen from pictures earlier today, Interlochen is getting the brunt of some of the damage that this water is causing. The Arlington Golf Course that is on the northeast corner of Lake Arlington is just devastated by this water that is coursing a huge gully down through the middle of that. As it flows north from here, Brad Nallis, it goes into Interlochen. As we said, there are several houses underwater in Interlochen. The area, as we have seen earlier, is being evacuated house by house for those people who are wanting to leave. And in addition to that, just north of Interlochen, north of I-30, you're going to find several houses there that are also underwater because of the swollen Village Creek. Now, just south of Lake Arlington, where we were earlier today, down on the Johnson County, Tarrant County line, down just around Kennedale, we witnessed the rescue earlier today of a man and a woman stuck in trees there from where the Village Creek flows over the roads down there. The water is beginning to recede